In the oldest forests, time does not move in a straight line. It is guarded by a single spirit, Celebi, the time-traveling creature, a being from the future, wandering through eras to protect the peace. With a single touch, growth is accelerated to an extraordinary degree. Its presence is a promise of fertility. Where Celebi appears, nature reaches its most perfect state. Its healing ability is actually reversing the cellular physical state to a time before the injury. The biological aura attracts the most loyal denizens of the ancient forest. But even the most sacred forests cannot escape the fury of nature. Savage flames devour green memories in a single moment of fury. To save the present, the Guardian must call upon the power of the time stream. Weak creatures have no escape from the fury of the heavens. It is time to release ultimate energy to reverse destiny itself. Stardust Rain carries the code of divine rebirth down to the barren earth. Fire is frozen and neutralized by the reverse flow of temporal particles. Life rises powerfully from the ruins, erasing the traces of death. Time is being accelerated. Decades of growth are compressed into mere moments. Rebirth begins right from what was completely incinerated. The trunk regenerates its bark, reaching out to shelter the Green Kingdom. Every living thing in the forest receives the blessing of divine restorative energy. Order has been restored. The forest now carries the life of the future within it. Balance is restored, inviting the wings back to their safe haven. As long as Celebi appears, a bright future awaits this planet. Energy spent, it is time for the traveler to return. A legacy is left behind to maintain protection across the ages. Tomorrow's hope is kept within the ancient stone heart of the shrine. The spirit has returned to the torrent of time, fulfilling its silent mission as guardian. The god's final traces dissolve into the deep blue sky. Time may destroy, but life will always find a way to prevail. Ilex Forest stands as a testament to the miracle of time. Everything returns to its inherent natural order under the hand of fate.
Deep in the abyss exist entities forged in the very likeness of the cosmos. Their quartz hearts pulse to a mysterious rhythm from a distant, ancient galaxy. Void of mouths, they absorb raw energy through a specialized, permeable biological membrane. An apex predator emerges, sweeping the reef with a lethal bioelectric current. Survival instinct demands the Staryu extinguish its brilliant, luring internal core light. A single erratic pulse could transform this hidden scavenger into a desperate meal. Death approaches with the swiftness of a high-voltage current through the water. Pain is bypassed by nature's most ruthless and efficient biological defense mechanism. It discards a limb to preserve the vital, life-sustaining core at all costs. In the absolute darkness, the thin line between life and death fades away. Infinite regeneration renders the Staryu a creature of near-immortal biological resilience. A stroke of destiny leads the wounded survivor to an ancient energy source. Evolution is a process of transcendence, both agonizingly painful and profoundly majestic. The water stone awakens a genetic code locked away for millions of years. Starmie emerges, a perfect form converging the raw power of the deep sea. Its core has become a superior processor for concentrated psychic energy waves. The predator is unaware that the ocean's food chain has just been inverted. Psychic energy envelops the space, turning soft water into a razor-sharp weapon. Converging beams of light punish those who dare trespass against celestial power. Newfound power brings the heavy solitude of a king without a throne. It no longer belongs to the swarm, it has become part of the night. It descends toward pressures that would crush any ordinary form of life. From the abyss, it begins transmitting cryptic signals into the vast void. High above, the stars are responding to the call from the deep ocean. Each Starmie acts as a relay station for civilizations beyond our own. They observe this world through the lens of weary cosmic travelers. The mystery of their alien origin remains buried in the lightless depths. A star fell into the sea, and now it is finding its way home. In the Alola jungle, life begins with vibrant and sunny rhythms. Naive Rowlets play in the morning sun, unaware of the lurking dangers. As the sun sets, another world begins to awaken from the shadows. Rowlet has evolved, beginning its sacred mission to guard the forest. Uninvited guests bring chaos into the heart of a peaceful kingdom. Hypno emerges, amplifying psychic energy to envelop the entire forest. Hypnosis turns the sleep of all creatures into an inescapable trance. Earthly guardians fall one by one before the overwhelming hypnotic waves. Dartrix chooses a direct confrontation to protect the forest's balance. But the invader's psychic power is too overwhelming for the young warrior. When the light fades, the forest's true darkness will begin to move. The High Guardian appears, a legendary ghost from the forest depths. Judgment from the void anchors targets to the ground they stand upon. Shadow Sneak allows it to strike from wherever darkness is present. Fear begins to take over as the hunter becomes the hunted prey. The enemy cannot strike what they cannot see with their naked eyes. Leaf Blade, the fatal strike that ends all unauthorized trespass. The ghost's power forces the hypnotist to shatter the dark curse. The invaders flee before the overwhelming power of the forest ghost. Justice has been served without the need for loud, roaring shouts. Dartrix realizes it was saved by a great and mysterious power, a testament to the existence of the most silent guardian. The cycle of life and protection continues its eternal rotation. The guardian is always present, even when you believe you are alone. Decidui, the arrow of shadows, the keeper of eternal balance. Beneath the decaying foliage of the forest floor, life is an endless struggle. For Wurmple, every day is a race to accumulate biomass. The weak toxin secreted from its back spikes is the only thing preventing it from becoming an easy meal. But at the bottom of the food chain, that is rarely enough. When a ground predator appears, its first instinct is camouflage. But sharp eyes from above are not easily fooled. With a soft body, it is forced to burn energy to escape. only the most agile individuals, utilizing every basic defense mechanism, stand a chance of surviving. Having accumulated enough nutrients, they enter the most fragile stage of their lives. They encase themselves in chrysalises, leaving their fate to the harshness of the environment. An evolutionary crossroad begins, one heading up to the canopy, the other sinking into the mud. In the pupal form, they lose the ability to move and fight back. Every physical impact can only be met with absolute endurance. The individuals on the ground must endure the trampling of the ecosystem. Environmental toxins infiltrate, forcing the biological structure inside to adapt to survive. Behind that immobility, an intense restructuring process is occurring. The old body dissolves completely. No food, no movement. Everything is a brutal biological trade-off. Until they reach the limit of their transformation, the hibernation phase ends. The former fugitive has now conquered the sky. But nature does not allow them to rest. The old predator attacks immediately. Instead of panicking, the new body grants it absolute aerodynamic control. Biological weapons are unleashed. Paralyzing spores attack the motor nervous system directly. The notorious hunter is now completely neutralized by deadly grace. No longer forced to hide, it has claimed dominance over the upper canopy. On the contrary, an entity of darkness has also just awakened. The sullenness forged from the mud creates a completely different survival style. It doesn't need speed because endurance is its ultimate weapon. The environment is turned into a gas chamber. Combined with perception-distorting sound waves, the larger enemy is forced to retreat in visual and directional chaos. With toxicity and steadfastness, this ground creature refuses to step back against any force. From a weak starting point, two evolutionary crossroads have created two perfect survivors. Whether light or dark, they have both overcome fragility, rewriting their status in the ecosystem. High on the barren, sheer cliffs, where winds carrying metal ores blow constantly, exist the strangest biological compasses in the natural world. Nosepaths do not need sunlight to navigate. They rely entirely on the north magnetic pole of the Earth. Throughout the long day, they stand motionless to absorb minerals and magnetic energy from the environment. Small steel-type creatures frequently seek them out to rub against and share this surplus magnetism, a silent symbiosis among the living rocks. But that tranquil peace is easily shattered by sudden disturbances. Supersonic waves tear through the invisible magnetic field lines in the air, losing their magnetic anchor. The living compasses fall into a state of complete disorientation. To survive, they must recalibrate their internal navigation system. By discharging static electricity, Nosepaths creates a localized artificial magnetic field. The electromagnetic thrust instantly forces the body to lock back into the original north position. However, a monolithic body has its own limits of endurance. When overloaded with minerals, Nosepaths are forced to seek out magnetic singularities. Where the magnetic fields intersect most intensely, an evolutionary leap will occur. The overloaded energy tears apart the monolithic stone structure, restructuring the creature's form. The excess mass is separated into three independent satellites. Probopass is born. No longer a passive compass, it is now an active broadcasting station. Its ability to manipulate space is quickly put to the test when an alien object threatens to break the formation of the population. Instead of destroying, the satellites create a magnetic cushion to absorb the kinetic energy. It bends the trajectory of the object perfectly using physical thrust. However, Aerial predators view Probopass as a lucrative ore deposit. Skarmory's steel armor turns it into a deadly spear, but being made of metal is a fatal flaw when facing a master of magnetism. The magnetic shield completely blocks the physical kinetic energy of the steel blade. Defense successful. The broadcasting station instantly switches to an ionized state. A beam of charged particles is fired with a speed that crushes any steel structure. Realizing the disparity in power, the hunter is forced to abort the target. Order is restored. The massive machine anchors itself to the geological core. Its magnetic power is not just for combat, but also helps stabilize the cliff structure from landslides. An eternal anchor that attracts and protects the next generations. They learn to feel and align themselves to the dominant magnetic current. From a passive compass, life has risen to become a spatial control station. In this ancient primeval forest, water and sunlight are not the supreme sources of life. The power governing the ecosystem belongs to two opposing entities, taking turns to control proliferation and necrosis. Deep in the forest core, the creator hibernates in the guise of a petrified tree trunk. It absorbs minerals, creating a stable microclimate that shelters small creatures. When energy saturates, the bioluminescence process marks its awakening. Every step it takes stimulates the high-speed mitosis of the surrounding flora. But proliferation also attracts those who exploit resources to depletion. To protect the seedling generation, Xerneas intervenes with a wave of biological radiation. The population regulator does not take lives, it simply resets the order. At the opposite pole, the second law of thermodynamics is silently accumulating. Like a microscopic black hole, the cocoon strips away all the vitality of its surrounding environment. Upon reaching the threshold, the destroyer arises, bringing forth the cycle of necrosis. When a population overpopulates and disrupts the geological structure, the intervention of decaying radiation is inevitable. The apex predator drains energy to disband the chaos. Very rarely, these two cycles reach their zenith simultaneously at the boundary line. Nature does not allow life to expand to the point of erasing death. Light and darkness collide, creating an extreme pressure differential. The clash is not a fight to the death, but a measurement of ecological weight. The reverse osmosis paralyzes any attempt to strip away vitality. The consequence is the creation of an absolutely sterile spatial zone. There is no dominator. Balance is re-established. Following the light zone to grow and cultivate, and staying far away from the silent void where necrosis reigns. A grand cycle that never ceases, protecting the eternal pulse of this planet. In the arid wilderness, there exists an entity of pure physical power. This is Rhyhorn, a creature with bone structure 1,000 times harder than humans. It often forgets its purpose while executing a lethal death charge. This absent-mindedness sometimes pushes it into grim survival traps. With short legs, Rhyhorn cannot maneuver within these narrow spaces. Compression pressure from the fall triggers a cellular restructuring process. In the moment near death, the survival instinct awakens fiercely. Raiden emerges, a standing warrior with an exaltation of intellect. It no longer runs aimlessly. Every movement is now calculated. However, Mother Nature always has even harsher environmental challenges. Raiden is buried under tons of molten matter from the core. Between life and death, it absorbs rare minerals to strengthen its shell. A heat-resistant armor begins to form, covering all remaining vulnerabilities. Rhyperia is reborn from the 1,000-ton pressure of ancient strata. With arms like cannons, it easily obliterates every physical obstacle. This power is now used to protect the ecosystem's natural balance. It stands at the pinnacle of the ultimate ground-type evolutionary chain. From a distracted creature, it has become the mountain deity. Evolution is not just changing form, it is the growth of will. The mystery of the Spikes Pokémon continues beneath Mother Earth. In Galar's depths, life begins with darkness and keen visual adaptation. Timber turns timber into levers, a physical extension of its survival will. But predators know how to turn seismic tremors into ambush weapons. When wood shatters, instinct forces the creature to seek a new matter. In despair, the line between extinction and evolution grows thin. Steel is not just metal, it is a test for muscular limit. Gurdurr rises, shedding fragility to master industrial materials. Every skin scar witnesses a cycle of brutal conditioning. The rigidity of metal attracts the most cunning predators. One swing, steel tears the air, redefining the laws of territory. Yet, against tectonic rage, even the strongest steel must finally bend. When tools fail, power must return to the ancient roots of stone. Chemical condensation transforms mineral mud into life's pillars. Conkeldurr emerges, a grand architect from the ruins. Its flesh petrifies, forming an immovable entity. It does not just survive, it becomes the cavern's fulcrum. Concrete strikes, ending the hunt with the ruler's authority. Predators flee, frantically digging away from the power. As dust settles, rocks shatter to dust against concrete monuments. Heavy footsteps mark the end of an era of fragility. It steps into the sunset, carrying the strength of eternity. Under the sun, creature and matter are unified. The cave is sealed, a legacy shaped in concrete. Evolution is the endless journey of souls brave enough to change. In this humid world, fairness is a luxury concept. Croadunk, a street fighter with venom-tipped fingers. A preemptive strike that instantly paralyzes the opponent's reflexes. It fights by no rules as long as it wins. But the hunter can always become the prey. Drapion, the armored tank of the swamp. petty tricks are useless against overwhelming power. This armor is impenetrable to lightweight attacks. The weight class difference is absolute. Bone-crushing pressure triggers the final survival mechanism. Skeletal structure rearranges right within the lock. Toxic Roke, the perfect fusion of poison and martial arts. The draining punch breaks the lock while restoring stamina. Now toxins are backed by tons of punching force. Cutting off vocalization and causing local stun. A specialized strike to shatter any fortified armor. The final punishment, humiliation, a mass of toxic waste fired straight at the opponent's senses. A new order is established. The strongest takes control. The arrogance of one who wins at all costs. Swamp rain washes away blood, but not the ruthless nature. In the wild, deception is sometimes the only way to survive. From its very first breath, illusion becomes its second skin. Zorua grows in borrowed love, learning to maintain the perfect mask. Even in its dreams, it does not allow itself to be who it truly is. Tricky instincts allow it to vanish into the environment when danger nears. But true darkness can see through every mask of illusion. Ghostly enemies are not fooled by appearance, they hunt for fear itself. The love that nurtured it now faces the instinct to run away. It chooses to discard the mask to protect those who loved it. Constantly shifting, it turns the cave into a maze of shadows. Using the opponent's strength to counterattack is the trickiest move. When deception shatters, the true power of the fox is awakened. Night Days, a dark shockwave that paralyzes all of the opponent's senses. Victory comes with the bitter truth of its real identity. It believes the truth will end the love it has always cherished. But a mother's heart is greater than any illusion in the world. Acceptance blurs the distance between species and all the lies told. The great deceiver has become the forest's most loyal protector. The legacy of illusion will continue to be taught through generations. True happiness blooms when we dare to face our true selves. This world is full of illusions, but love is the truest thing. The power of hallucination now serves a much higher purpose. One individual's sincerity can change an entire community's fate. Zorro, Arc Artist of Illusions, Guardian of the Loyal Hearts. The story of the masks will continue forever and ever. Deep beneath the Asado crust, a lightless ecosystem exists. The Temple of Karun, where time freezes around clay sentinels. Not living organisms, but bioautomatons powered by magnetic fields. This sacred silence is about to be shattered by biological greed. Exadrill, the metallic rodent drawn by the ancient energy core. When threats appear, defense protocols automatically engage. Only absolute protective directives. Excadrill strikes with a horn drill rotating at 3000 RPM. Gullet counters with Shadow Punch, a shockwave passing through solid matter. Enraged, the predator triggers tremors to destroy the terrain. An ironclad headbutt delivering tons of impact force. Ceramic shell breached. Life force energy is leaking critically, but this leak inadvertently connects with the temple's ley line flow. Instead of dying, the machine initiates emergency matter reconstruction. Excadrill lunges to finish the prey, but its victim has evolved far beyond its original design. Golett becomes Golurk, the ancient's walking fortress. With body mass tripled, physical strength is overwhelming. Golurk engages psychic propulsion thrusters, defying gravity. Heavy Slam turns the entire body into a weapon of mass destruction. Impact force equals a minor meteorite collision. A follow-up punch overloads the organic creature's senses. Biological target completely neutralized. The threat to the temple is eliminated. Instinctual fear will keep it away permanently. Order re-established. Repair process initiated. The Guardian machine returns to its millennial slumber.